Altstein. Okay. Das ist irgendwie strange. Achso, ich vergesse immer, dass ich das Ding hier eigentlich auch benutzen kann, ne? Wo ist der? Ist der da irgendwo? Nee. Ist der unter Erze? Nee, der ist auch nicht bei den Ärzten. Da, der ist in den Quester-Dingern. Das ist ein verlassener Ort tief in den Bergen abgebaut. Diese Art von Erz kann nur in Adern in den ältesten Bergen gefunden werden. Vielleicht liegt es an seiner extremen Seltenheit. Viele Händler haben noch nicht einmal von diesem Gestein gehört. Das Erz selbst hat eine unglaubliche Klarheit und seine Farben sind schillernd. Fast scheint es, als würde es mit einem inneren Licht glühen, das seine blau-violette Schönheit hervorbringt, die wie der ferne und schöne Sonnenuntergangshimmel ist. Die wenigen Gelehrten, die seinen Wert verstehen, gaben ihm einen sehr einfachen Namen. Alter Stein. Wenn du ihn verstecken willst, wäre es am besten, ihn jemandem zu schenken, der weiß, was er bekommt. Okay. Wir haben damit auch noch nichts, ne? Unreines Blut haben wir eigentlich auch nichts mehr bekommen. Wobei, dann haben wir einmal das da und einmal das da. Wo ist denn der eigentlich? Da hinten. Es wird zu dem Baum gehen, ne? Soweit ich jetzt das verstehe. Aber jetzt gibt ganz kleines Päuschen und geht's gleich weiter. So, machen wir weiter, hätte ich mal gesagt. Jetzt ist wieder Gen aktiviert. Und das Ding so rennen. Genau. Ich bin jetzt gespannt, was dabei rauskommt. So. Weil ich meine, es geht jetzt immer noch um das Geheimnis mit den Bergarbeitern. Da ist der andere. Hallo? Ah, fuck, jetzt haben sie mich gesehen. Na gut. So. Besteht der nicht auch irgendwie aus? Ja, ich finde es Schwachsinn, dass wir dann wegbrutzeln, Alter. Stellen wir uns mal ins Wasser. Palmer, du brennst.
No problem. I'm done here.
Any results, Mr. Kunjun?
There are many beautiful rocks here, but nothing out of the ordinary. I couldn't find any clues. Then again, the memories of ore can shift with the passage of time and the changing of the environment.
Gibt es dabei ein Muster?
Difficult to say. I feel that ore memories tend to be from the recent past.
So there's never any ancient memories?
Rocks endure, but as eons pass, their memories are erased. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion or thought.
That makes sense. It is the same for people.
Indeed. Let's keep going.
Ja. Meiner. Okay, wir gehen definitiv zu dem... Warum stimmt denn das da? Rotes Geflügel? Warum? Irgendwie sind hier Tiere gestorben. Warum auch immer. Wahrscheinlich im Boden gespawnt oder so.
Wow. Such an immense tree.
Mich interessiert immer noch, was das ist.
And there's so many mysterious looking crystals up there too. Amazing.
This ancient tree. Let's conduct separate investigations. I'll take that area. Perhaps you could survey this section.
Klar.
All right then.
Kunjun, can you see anything worth investigating?
Well, there is this stone tablet here.
Doesn't seem very interesting. Paimon's gonna look over there.
Huh. It's worth a try, surely. Let me see. Oh. This is...
Hey, what's wrong?
just a bit lightheaded. It's past. Nothing to worry about.
Hast du etwas entdeckt?
Not yet.
Whatever. Paimon's going to investigate over there. Why don't you climb the tree and have a look?
Warum bist du sicher, dass es Hinweise im Baum gibt?
If you don't try, you won't know. Anyway, you'll good look at our surroundings from up there.
Oh, you think so?
When has Paimon ever come up with a bad idea,
Mir ist schon öfter passiert.
Wait a minute. Paimon can fly. All right, Paimon will go. You wait here. Paimon will...
All of you, come here.
Huh? Zhongli's voice came from behind the tree. Did he find another clue? Quick, let's go see. Maybe he found another miner.
Die Welt ist voller Leben und die Deppen sind voller Güte. Sie bekämpfen das Böse und möchten nicht gestört werden. Okay. Wenn es einen Schatz gibt, störe ich sie trotzdem. Noch ein Bergbau? Nein. Warte, geht's da unten rein?
This has been newly dug. It would appear our answer is up ahead.
Das ist tatsächlich so.
Is that a voice coming from the tunnel? Someone else go first.
Compose yourselves. I will lead us in.
Halt, warte. Dieser Tunnel wurde neu gegraben. Ist der wirklich neu gegraben worden oder hat er den gemacht?
There is an unusual presence emanating from inside the tunnel. Prepare yourselves and tread lightly.
Ich bin gerade skeptisch, ob der durch den Zungen lieb gemacht hat. Oh ne, doch nicht. Der hat bestimmt das Zeug nicht plötzlich aufgehängt.
Listen.
The missing miners are here. What are they digging for?
I'm afraid that this whole tunnel is the fruit of their strenuous labor.
That gate. Has it been there all along?
Digging a tunnel to this ancient seal. Had they not been discovered, they would undoubtedly persevere until the gate.
So behind the seal, there's... What do we do? We can't hurt them.
Alter, warum konnte er die Macht von der blocken? Und wer zur Hölle war das kleine Mädchen? War das nicht einmal vom Baum gestanden? Oh, fuck. Versiegler Geodrachenechsenkönig. Oh, hallo.
What type of monster is this?
Morax, you arrive at my doorstep of your own volition. Excellent. Taking revenge for sealing me away will be all the easier.
So, the little girl is your power incarnate. But if you recall, H-Star, this is not how we intended for events to transpire.
Waste not your words. Your life is mine.
Alter! Was zur Hölle? Boah, das geht ja gleich noch weiter weg.
Rise. Fate is upon you. Let me scry.
Holy shit, was zieht denn der ab, ey?
Feel the beat. Orders given. Orders received.
Rise!
Boah.
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
From rock to dust. Sooner or later.
Gather! This is order.
For 1,000-year pain.
Power core! Amp it up! Life goes on.
Quake!
Is once not enough? You would forsake me again?
Oh, fuck, der kann sich einbuddeln.
If that is what you choose to believe, so be it. He who bears the weight of memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth, as it ought to be.
Faster, rise. By royal
Ah.
written in the stars. Ha, ha, feel the beat. Ha. Ja, ja.
Solidify!
Fisher!
Order guide you.
Oz revealed. Ja, power core.
Ich will die Kristalle da haben, Alter, du fetter Sack, hör mal auf den Kristallen rumzustehen.
I summon. Life goes on.
Pain!
Ha, ha.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Boah.
No rest for the wicked.
Be crushed!
Del
Morax! You think you can destroy me?
Ah, jetzt haut er ab. Kannst du mal schauen jetzt, dass du da rauskommst?
Gather!
Oh. Das war jetzt irgendwie nicht geplant. Warte mal, kann er das zerstören?
Ja, feel the beat.
Mit der will er schon jetzt bloß auf den Sack gehen, oder? Indem er ständig... Oh, da ist er.
Experience an eon of suffering.
Solidify!
Hä? Ich dachte, der macht diese Spezialattacke.
This is order.
By royal decree. Go.
No atonement.
Let me
For
scribe.
1,000-year pain.
Wings of darkness. Come. Yeah. Opening box of Adeptotrix. Fate is upon you. Shadows of fate. Oz reveal.
Ah, gleich ist er jetzt, das ist down. Zack.
Morax. 1,000 years after you sealed me underground, you return for the second time.
You should call it by its name, Ashtaha. Fate.
Fate? Fate? So here lies the wisdom of the gods. Destroy all deemed redundant. Enlist tyrants to ravage the wilderness.
No. You have forgotten.
That voice.
Ashtaha.
Huh? Kunjun?
Morax, it's been a while.
You're...
Azhdaha, the very same.
During the battle, you imbued us with your power.
Yes, it was all I could manage.
Also, welcher ist der echte Azhdaha?
Forgive me for concealing the truth, traveler. There were things that only became clear to me upon reaching this tree. Allow me to elaborate. I am not Azhdaha the whole, but a fragment. Heaven and earth, yin and yang, opposing forces. You can consider the existence of me and the Azhdaha you see there to be a reflection of such polarities.
So there are two Ashdahas?
No, it can't be. That's impossible.
When the seal loosened, your power manifested in this world as a child. With this new identity, you were able to vent about the forces that suppressed you. But that's when it occurred to you. The loosening of the seal constituted an opportunity to strike back. Kidnapping the miners was all in aid of digging to the entrance to the seal itself. Your plan was to launch an attack on both ends, from outside and within.
The audacity! Are you insane? If you truly are a part of me, how is it you find yourself standing on the side of the betrayer?
I was another power awakened with the loosening of the seal. Too weak to reincarnate, but strong enough to possess a human body. I was barely conscious. I couldn't remember who I was. Only the past would elicit a reaction from me. But my aim was clear. Find Morax, and aid him in stopping you.
I had sensed that something was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall. Had your power been but a little stronger, I would have recognized you.
Don't blame yourself. I have changed beyond all recognition. Only when I touched the stone tablet did I truly remember. It's been so long. A secret beyond all comprehension of youthful humanity and ancient dragonkind. Morax, do you want to tell the tale?
There would be no harm in it. The decision is yours.
You haven't changed. Then allow me. Azhdaha was once a friend and ally of the Geo-Archon Morax, with a lifespan far exceeding that of mankind. However, that which is derived of the Earth is no more or less than the Earth itself. The memories of rocks do not last long. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion. But as time passes, so these memories fade into obscurity. Erosion is the world's greatest destroyer of memories.
Erosion?
Erosion ground Azhdaha's consciousness into oblivion. Slowly, he forgot the face of his old friend, and his memories of defending Liyue Harbor disintegrated. Azhdaha, now incomplete, became irascible, aggressive.
What would you expect? It was humanity that attacked the ley lines that sustained me.
This much is true, which is why you attacked the chasm, why you waged war against Morax. In the beginning, in order to open up new territory and increase production, the citizens of Liyue came to the mountains to mine. Overexploitation caused the ley lines to quake, which brought untold suffering to us. Erosion made us even more savage. No matter how we struggled, we lost the ability to coexist with humanity. We lost all reason. Morax shared with us some of his power to prevent further erosion. But it was futile. Everything returns to dust. It is the natural order, an unstoppable force. And so, we became you. And from your will, I emerged. I am your final contract. Witness the promise between Azhdaha and Morax. You can hate me, but you cannot deny me.
No. No!
I am the remnants of Azhdaha's benevolence, the echo of a contract set in stone. I harbor a willingness to go further, a willingness to coexist peacefully with mankind.
No, no! It is I, Azhdaha, forged of elemental crystal, bearer of the weight and memories of the earth, older than the mountains and the oceans that decides. I will not swear allegiance to this insect.
Morax is not an insect.
A lord over insects is nothing but an insect in turn.
You forgot yourself. Nobody held Morax in higher regard than you or I. That which you have forgotten, I hold here in my heart. If you are the memory of the Earth, then I am the memory of coexistence. All powers under heaven, rise and fall of land and sea.
A star appears within the wild. A sun ascends as bright as jade. Strange. What is this feeling? And all this?
You are spent, and I will soon disappear. Before I do, heed these words. In the wilderness, snow falls on a spring day. In an instant, it will melt. Even where it is fleeting and leaves no trace. Even where it will never fall again.
No! That isn't true! I don't accept this as fate!
Perhaps it isn't, but it remains an inevitable misfortune.
More axe!
The little girl vanished.
Erodiert?
Are you satisfied, Azhdaha?
I had to make amends. Satisfaction had no part in it. So, Morax, you call yourself Zhongli these days?
I do.
Well, I'm afraid old habits die hard. To me, you're Morax.
As you please.
I never did forget your gift of sight.
I hardly lifted a finger. Think nothing of it.
And yet, you could see. You wouldn't know the yearning of a blind dragon, searching for the sun. A pair of eyes, from Morax to Azhdaha. This, I will remember this.
Your power is nearly spent.
Perceptive as always, my friend.
Shall we get going, you and I?
Surely the pressing matter is still that of the miners trapped outside the seal.
Indeed. Hence the need to get going. To fix the damage left in your wake.
Straight down to business as always. Let's go.
Okay. Alter. Das sind seine normalen Dinger, ne? Aber die sind, glaube ich, nicht so hoch. Weiße Quaste. So. Achso. Ja gut. Müssen wir erst raus. Eishtaha. Was für ein Namen, Alter.
How did we get here? We need to go back and check on the miners.
Aber jetzt wissen wir wenigstens, was unter dem verdammten Baum ist, Alter. Oh, hey, Dai.
So there you are. My men and I found your clues and followed them straight here. We found Mao in a tent at the campsite unconscious. It seems he'll be okay. Sadly, we found no trace of the other three. Huh? Young Kun, what is...
Nothing. Pay it no mind. Those 3 miners are over there, in that cave.
Cave? What happened?
They're exhausted, but not in danger. Don't worry.
Right. Well, thank you, all of you. I better go and see how they're doing.
So you're taking them back to Liyue Harbor?
That's right.
Can I come with you?
No problem. You rescued my men. I'll be happy to assist all of you in any way I can. I'll be back soon. I need to assess their condition.
Kunjun, we should be calling you Ezda. You're coming back to Liyue Harbor too, right?
Not I. Merely this body. Once I'm gone, the true owner will accompany the miners back to Liyue. Kunjun hails from a family of famous artisans. He too will be famous in time. It would be a shame for someone of his talent to go missing.
You always did have a great admiration for blacksmiths.
Curious how swords and daggers are blind, yet their creators see so much. Perhaps empathy is mankind's proudest achievement after all.
Eishtaha, I am no longer the Geo Archon.
I can sense it.
Today I am just an ordinary citizen of Liyue.
Even you met such a fate. Let's get the difficult part out of the way. I cannot guarantee that I won't be awoken a second time.
No matter. If that day comes to pass, Liyue must prepare itself to face you.
And how will Liyue fare without Rex Lapis?
Even without a god above, this remains a nation of men. I was once their god. I ought to be here to witness their rise and fall.
All life is shaped and then ground away by the endless flow of time. You were always the strongest among us. Yet, it would seem that even you have been eroded. That's unimportant. Fate is ordained by heaven. Even if our mission had already concluded, it would be cowardly not to strike out on the road of departure. You may live forever, doomed to a lonely existence. Yet, even this is temporary. When you reach the end of time, those people, those past and future relationships predetermined by fate.
I do not pretend to match your rhetoric when it comes to the subject of a life long lived. I fear that the life of an elemental being is longer than any in this world.
Were it not so, you would have killed me long ago, and would not be having to face me again now.
You've brought a smile to my face. When all is said and done, a reunion between old friends is an auspicious occasion.
That day in the chasm, did you hesitate?
A heart of stone is a heart nonetheless. But I am the god of contracts, and was for a time a god of the people of Liyue.
You chose justice, but did not forsake your kindness. You came to me not as an assassin, and so I was willingly sealed away.
The movements of the Earth Dragon can tremble the earth and shake the heavens. With your abilities, even at my full strength, I struggled to confront you, let alone seal you away.
Hence my inception. Do not forget that I was there with Liyue's founder. The face may have changed, but the content of the contract remains intact. Old friend, God of contracts, I hereby honor our agreement.
Thank you, Ishtaha.
My life is at an end. I will join the eternal flow of time. And you, Morax, you will live for many a day to come.
You're leaving?
If it is fated, Morax, we will meet again.
Ist das jetzt der echte Kunyun?
Yes. Don't be alarmed. He's only asleep.
Whoa, that was so weird. It was like he suddenly became another person.
In fact, we have yet to meet the real Kunjun.
Aber was ist mit Ishtaha? Er war ein guter Freund von euch.
He was. Centuries may have passed since then, but events from 1,000 years ago remain crystal clear in my mind.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains. He heard a remote voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient Geo life forms that live below Liyue are blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Ishtaha was. I answered his wish and took him above ground.
The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes, quicker than words could tell. Lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds.
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground. But if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
The dragon accompanied the Lord of Geo, fighting campaigns alongside him in the 4 corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
Kurz darauf meldete sich Onkel Dai freiwillig, um den bewusstlosen Kunyun zusammen mit den Bergleuten zurück in die Stadt zu bringen. Geile Geschichte.
1,000 years ago, Ishtaha attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him, fighting him tooth and nail down the length and breadth of the mine. Finally, during that battle, Dragonfall was born. Ishtaha could sense the stone. Subconsciously, he wanted to use it to find me. Despite being the victor, I could not claim to be stronger than he. And in his heart, he still retained an ounce of goodwill towards me. Towards Liyue. Towards life above ground. He was willing to be sealed away. But as the erosion set in, he forgot.
Bist du auch von Erosion betroffen?
Even I cannot avoid it. But there is something I understand better than most. When the door opens, it is time to leave. The greater the power, the greater the danger erosion may bring about. The millennia may come and go, but even a stone may tire.
Ist das der Grund, warum ihr euch entschieden habt, als Geo-Archon zurückzutreten?
Personally sealing away an old friend. This is just one form of erosion I have endured. People abandon and surrender the things they love to pursue the right path. Perhaps this is the erosion imposed on me by the natural order of this world. But I was a god of mankind. My identity may change, but my eyes will bear witness to the history of humanity.
You still care a lot about Liyue.
Call it part of my duty. I must thank you both.
No worries.
Wartet. Ich möchte euch etwas fragen.
Oh? About what?
Über meine Schwester.
Oh yeah, Paimon nearly forgot.
Dann muss er sie doch auch kennen, ne?
So, not long ago, we met a guy called Dane. He told us about Conria and the punishment of the gods. That's when we realized that those events were connected to the person we're searching for.
Mein Geschwisterchen.
Zhongli, you're a god. You've lived through thousands of years of history. Surely you experienced the incident?
I cannot say.
Why? You can't even give us a thread of information? This is so important to us.
I understand. But I must apologize. This is my contract.
You mean another past grievance? Like the incident with Ejda? Too painful to talk about?
It was signed before it all began. I have always honored the contract. And kept my silence.
How can you be like that?
You two are friends to me. I can assure it brings me no pleasure to disappoint you. But as the god of contracts, I cannot go back on my word.
Ich glaube euch.
Would you be ready to find out?
Vielleicht.
It appears your understanding of this world continues to grow. There are many events of ages past, many secrets that lie hidden. They have been eroded by time, forgotten by the people. But you are capable of finding them and bringing them into the light. Those who come to witness will witness. Those who are born to remember will remember. If you take the same road as that person, there may be more difficulties ahead. But as long as you firmly believe that you are on the right path, everything has meaning.
Historie Antik war 2 Tage abgeschlossen, kein bloßer Stein. Traumlösungsmittel. Also hat er einen Vertrag mit unserer Schwester, dass er nichts uns erzählen wird.
This tablet was erected by Mountain Shaper. It names Ejdaha as a terrible dragon, and serves as a warning for later generations to stay away from this place, from the seal. It's a shame. There is a fine line between good and evil. If the good and evil within him could be summarized in a single sentence... Well, never mind.
Schaut leise zu Zhongli, der unter dem Baum steht. Inmitten der Stille ist nur das leise Rauschen des Windes zu hören. Die Zeit scheint sich in einen unsichtbaren Fluss zu verwandeln, der dahin rieselt. Ein flüchtiger Moment, 1000 Jahre in der Welt der Sterblichen. Die Steine spüren es, die Erde und die Götter auch. So, und wir können jetzt jederzeit da runter und dem Typen aufs Dach hauen. Warte mal, was kriegen wir denn jetzt eigentlich da? Was können wir da abkassieren? Okay, das ist irgendein Verbrauchsgegenstand. Okay, wir können den Schwanz abschneiden. Ast des Drachenbluts. Was gibt's denn eigentlich auf der höchsten Schwierigkeitsstufe mehr wie auf der Ding? Ist eigentlich genau dasselbe, ne? Die 2 goldenen gibt's. Die 5 normalen gibt's. Verbeugung des Gladiators, Wanderorchester, Grausamkeit, Ausbilder, Spendierlaune. Gladiator. Sag mal, warum sind das eigentlich grundsätzlich immer dieselben, was es hier gibt? Gladiator und Wanderorchester. Das ist doch überall so. Ist das nicht bei dem so genauso? Ja, Gladiator Wanderorchester. Hä? Ich weiß nicht, falls einer da irgendwas weiß, könnt ihr das ruhig mal vielleicht in den kurzen Satz schreiben oder schaut es nur so aus? Weil ich meine, das ist ja, ist es bei dem nicht genauso? Da, Gladiator Wanderorchester. Ich meine, die anderen sind ja, glaube ich, in den anderen Gebieten. Ne, das ist wieder was ganz was anderes. Wo wollte ich jetzt da hinschauen? Hier? Ja, hier war's. Hier sind die anderen. Brennende Pyrohexe, Feuer durchwandernder Heilige. Das wäre wahrscheinlich das Zeug, was ich da Ding geben müsste. Entweder das da oder das da. Den Pyro WDS um 40. Erhöht den Pyro Schaden um 15. Ja, ist egal. Ich bedanke mich an der Stelle auf ihn. Ups. Nein, ihr habt nicht gerade mein Desktop gesehen. Ich bedanke mich an der Stelle auf jeden Fall bei euch fürs Zuschauen. Und ich hoffe, wir sehen uns dann wieder in der nächsten Folge von Genshin Impact. Da werde ich jetzt dann wahrscheinlich in der nächsten Folge, höchstwahrscheinlich am Wochenende dann, das Zeug dann gar machen. 2. Akt, 3. Akt. Und dann haben wir noch ein paar verzerrte Sphären. Ich habe einen gesehen, der das da geschafft hat. 15.000. Aber der war auf Level 55. Ah, Abenteuerstufe 55. Ja, okay, vergesst, was ich gesagt habe. Da ist er ein Stück vor mir gewesen, weil ich bin nur 45. Genau. Zungen ist schon gar nicht mehr da. Warte mal, wir gehen jetzt trotzdem noch mal kurz da runter, bevor ich jetzt da ganz Schluss mache. Unter dem Drachenbezwinger. Ja, aber wenn die diese Höhle freigelegt, oder haben die Höhle an sich freigelegt und das war schon hier so mit der Versiegelung. Das könnte natürlich sein, dass sie sich hier durch diese Wand gebuddelt haben. Oder so. Ja, jetzt halt aber, komm. Also, danke fürs Zuschauen, macht's gut und Servus.